Working in the 21st century auto industry means that you're dealing with a very informed customer who has done hours of research and has access to the same information that you do, but they still expect you to be the expert on your product. Because of that, the walkaround is even more important than it used to be before. So here we have a video of Sean, Director of Performance here at Drive Auto Group, showing how he does the 6-point walkaround in detail for a couple of our students.
For you. Okay, I know that you're on the EXL.
Sean has already spoken with his customer and knows the model and package they're most interested in.
This happens to be the EXL package as well, so that'll be the leather in the center. So I'm just going to start here. Just going to pop the hood and the trunk for you.
Before putting the customer into the vehicle, Sean pops the hood and trunk, moving to the front of the vehicle and starting with the engine. There is a reason for this, but we'll get to it at the end.
As you can see with this particular one, this is the prop rod. That's the sound blanket. It kind of keeps the engine noise from coming inside the vehicle. You've also got a firewall up there that also has a blanket on it as well. So once again, it keeps the inside cabin really quiet. All right. This is where your battery is. This is one of two fuse panels. So
now is your time to show the customer that despite their best efforts and all the research they did, there's still some things the internet may not have been able to explain.
So for any little items like your radio, your air conditioning, if you trip a fuse or anything like that, you can just, there's spares here, so you can just see which one is broken and then use this little lever and then you can just change it yourself. Anything more in-depth than that, bring it in and we'll look after it here, of course, right? You can also see here's your dipstick. So it's relatively easy to get to and color-coded, stands out really nicely.
The more details that the customer feels are relevant you give, the more comfortable they'll be treating you as the expert.
Between your servicing intervals and you need to go on a road trip or something like that, you can just check and make sure that it's in between those two circles and then you're good to go. Sound fair? Just put that right back in there. This is your windshield washer container and it does take 4.2 liters. So
something as simple as your washer fluid well can be enough to show the level of knowledge and precision that you have about this particular vehicle compared to what they've picked up online.
Bouncing around in the trunk or anything like that. You'll take the whole thing. And it's really cool what Honda's done is they've got it located down inside the rear bumper and fender, so it's out of the way. Okay? This is also the crumple zones, just want to point that out as well. You see the crumple zones that are here? That allows the hood to fold into a V formation. In the event of a severe front-end collision, the hood folds into a V, and then the engine is designed to drop and go underneath. So there's no intrusion into the cabin, pushing your feet or anything like that up, right? And when you go to drop these, whenever you go to shut it, just hold it about 5 or 6 inches and just drop it. You can also see the LED lights, how it wraps around. Fog lights are located on this particular one as well. And the Honda grille, front fascia. Come around to the passenger side. You'll see the types of tires that they have on this particular one.
Many new salespeople will actually skip over the tires during a walk around, but that can cause you a headache later on. Sean is better qualified to explain why.
Wow. Now remember guys, it's always good to point that out and also point out what size tire is on this particular one and the style of the rim. Because on the car that they're going to be getting, if it's a different package, then you want to also clarify, because it could be a different makeup tire. So show them the one that's here, then when you bring up the real car, show them the one that's on that car as well. Reconfirm it. Because this could be a Michelin, that could be a Continental, they may want the nicer tire. You get my point?
Yes. It is always important to be transparent with your customer in order to prevent surprises later on that may sour their opinion of you or the group. Mirrors are a good example of this. What was once a piece of glass and metal can now contain thousands of dollars worth of technology. These are things that you can outline that make you feel more honest and, again, more like the expert.
You might have another car hitting it. It may scrape it, but it's not going to rip it off, right? Which is going to be very expensive. Okay, coming around the side, smart key system. So there's no keyhole, only on the driver's side door. So as long as it's a proximity, so as long as the remote is within a meter of the car, then you can just unlock the doors. Just for the two front ones. You'll know probably on the touring package, you may have it on all 4 doors. Okay? Come around to the rear doors. It has a child safety latch on it right here. So if you have little ones, when you put them in the car seat and they're in the back.
Small miscues can be enough to sour someone's opinion of you. The most common one we find when displaying showroom cars is all the problems that can spring up due to a dead battery. For example, the trunk not opening.
So this particular one, the trunk is down on this one, but normally I would go around the back and show you the inside of the trunk as well. When there's an antenna on the roof, see, unlike some vehicles, there is no antenna on this one. What that antenna means is that this particular vehicle has XM radio, okay? Yeah. The regular antenna, just for your regular frequencies, is integrated in the rear glass, but XM has to have an external to work with the signal. Around here, as you can see, you can put down the rear seats. It's just a lever that makes them...
Do what you can to sit your customer in both the back and front seat, but don't be too pushy.
Your knees in your chest, in the middle. Have a seat in there for me. How does that feel?
A lot of leg room.
A lot of leg room. Yeah, a lot of leg room.
Yeah, this is really comfortable, really spacious.
Yeah.
And this is, I would say, driving position usually.
Yeah. So just depending on the room, but take a look at how much leg room, hip room, headroom you would actually have behind the driver in this particular vehicle, right? A lot of headroom as well, good clearance. This particular one also has rear heated seats, okay? And of course the wood grain. It's got the tweeter system, extra speakers.
Once they're seated in the front, you want to show them all the vehicle has to offer. But first, show them the seat controls and have them find their driving position. This is another part of the process made extra difficult by a dead battery.
I apologize. This particular one, I just noticed that the battery is actually dead on this one, so we can't adjust it. But we'll do that when I pull up the other one for you in a few moments. All right? So this is an 8-way power seat, and I'll show you exactly the 8 ways. So here's 1, 2, up and down, okay? And then forwards and backwards. And then you can also tilt it on an angle as well. That gives you the 8, okay? Power lumbar support for your lower back as well in different stages. So you can pump up the lower back. Especially for long drives, it takes that little kink out of your lower back, right? Really, really good. The other thing you'll notice here as well is the tweeters and the additional speakers, just like the rear as well. So just a great sound system in the vehicle all around. Where you see on the power windows where it says auto, auto means that you can just hit it and let go and it will go down. You can just pull it and let go and it'll come up on its own. But the key thing here as well, with the auto windows now, they're also pinch resistant. So if I put this up, I can actually put my hand in there and the window will hit my hand and bounce back down. Yeah. So it won't pinch your fingers or your hands. The vehicle also has driver 1 and driver 2 seat memory settings. And what that means is on the back of the remote, there's going to be a number 1 on one of them and a number 2 on the other one. So if you're driver number 1, you can set your settings exactly to your position, hit set, and hit number 1, and it's going to save everything to your settings. So when you push unlock with your number 1 remote, it's putting the seat back in position already. There's some other features that are tied into that. I believe your climate control, temperature, you can preset some of those features. So if you automatically remote started the car yourself, number 1, you have 10 minutes for it to run, it'll turn on the fan or the heat wherever you left it at, pre-programmed it, right? So the ergonomics, which is the layout of the console, is really, really nice. Honda's gone above and beyond. They've made little things like the hazards just out of the way and really easy to get to. The center console, the shifter, the big LCD screen. Now, these vehicles also have Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, which is really, really good. So what type of phone do you use?
I have an Apple.
You have an Apple?
Yeah,
awesome.
I have an Apple.
So if you physically plugged the cable,
Yep.
the Apple cable into the vehicle, the screen would actually, the display screen would actually look like your iPhone. It would actually have the Apple buttons right on there. Right? Really, really cool. Which then allows you a lot of features without taking your hands off of the wheel. So you'll actually be able to talk to Siri. You'll actually be able to do text replies.
Oh, wow.
Talk to text replies without physically taking your hands off of the steering wheel.
Yeah.
Really, really awesome. You've got your Bluetooth pairing devices here. So this is where you can accept and answer an incoming call. You can place an outbound call. You've got all the features in the onboard computer system. You've got heated steering wheel, lane keep assist, and your adaptive cruise control. So with the adaptive cruise control, it also has low speed follow. Okay, so which is really, really cool.
Right.
You get on the highway, you get into the center lane with the lane keep assist on. It keeps the car between the lanes. With the adaptive cruise control, it keeps the distance between
Oh,
the
I
car
see.
in front of you.
Okay.
If that car slows down, you slow down. That car speeds up, you speed up. So it automatically does it automatically to maintain that speed level distance between yourself and the other vehicle. Right?
Perfect.
Now, lane watch is a standard feature with Honda now. So that camera that I pointed to you that's on the passenger mirror.
Now that the customer
When
is
you go to
seated and
indicate-
fascinated with everything that their potential new car has to offer is when the direction you do your walk around becomes important. By giving your customer something to do while you grab your test drive key, they're less likely to change their mind about going out with you. If you move them right from one vehicle to another vehicle that they can drive, the chances of them saying that they don't want to go are
What's happening
greatly
in that area,
reduced.
you can just push the button in and it will display the camera right onto your
Right on
center
screen?
console screen. Sounds good?
That sounds great.
All right, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to leave you here for a few moments. I'm just going to go get the exact vehicle for us to go on a test drive.
Perfect.
And I'll be right back.
Perfect. Thank you, Sean.
Remember to know your product and always have a battery pack handy. If those are the only two things you take away from this video, it might just be enough. Remember, if you have any other ideas for videos that we can cover, please reach out to Sean or myself. Have a wonderful day and drive safe.